one name. Perhaps talk by coach Kelvin Mwanga, who will not want to see his side leaking too many other goals. And for the next 45 minutes, we're taking you through. And another error nearly presents fourth goal for Nkana. And it's early days yet, and pressure. Goalkeeper is brought to work hard and come to try and deal with the fourth goal that's supposed to come. Mozo.
Again, that was almost an assist for the 3-goal hero, but missed narrowly, brought back into play brilliantly. The defense, they are literally ball watching under Bua. Good save in the end from Gregory Sanje, but they have looked jittery. Obuya, Dukabuya with the final shot, but they have looked very jittery, you know, young Green Eagles.
Well, you'd expect them to come with a bit more confidence. They're the ones that need to score, and they come in with jitters. That cannot be good.
33 days ago, they were beaten by Zanaco by 6-1, and if they're not careful, they could be on their way to equaling that defeat here.
So, how much change has been made to this young Green Eagles side? They have a lot of time to recover. In the 18, change here, looking for the consolation, if only for confidence. And Moses Mapulanga doesn't like that.
No, he doesn't like it because they afforded young Green Eagles a lot of space in that area. It's just that the shot from Kingsley Fichite was a tame one that made it count.
They roll the ball through the goalkeeper. The young side looking for answers to these huge 3 questions that have been placed upon them for reply. Looking for something positive. And the earlier that comes, the better. Isaac Ngoma there, no chance, covered completely with this Nkana defense.
Skipper Okran, skipper's header, very decisive after Lyson Tole had allowed the cross in the area. They are playing a lot more purposeful this second half, young Green Eagles.
That's what has to be consistent throughout these half. Very little reason not to play like that. Jack Ngolube. So the in the 18, a little bit of composure, and Nkana can break away. This is Mwiinde. He needs support, can't go forward. Switching play to the far side, and the goalkeeper reacts well in Sinjase.
Alert to the danger, Gregory Sinjase. But Richard Okran has been decisive in that backline for Kalampa.
He certainly has been. Very, very disciplined backside at the moment. Backline.
Depending on which necessary school you went to, both very correct.
And it just looks like the heavens will open up, and I just wonder who will find the game more difficult, because if this pitch is socked, it could just distort whatever game plan would have been placed for the second half. Here come Nkana. It's Mwiinde who will need to deal with the physicality of the young Green Eagles captain. Mole, Ngolube whips in the cross. Still the ball. Oh, referee allows play to continue. There was some appeal for a foul call there.
Looked like Meshek Chaila had been fouled, but referee Hamalil are not interested, allowing young Green Eagles to string passes until the shot came off Ashford Mwale, which was well handled by Moses Maplanga, the former Nakambala Leopards keeper.
So, the quest. Here's the man you don't want to see on the ball if you're Green Eagles. And that's Simon Mulenga looking for goal number 4.
It's a long boot headed by Shimenga, missed by Eagles. Great turn on his left. Good save, Sanjase.
Well, good reaction, but very hungry man this one is this afternoon.
There's good chance, but probably the weaker left foot, allowing the goalkeeper just to push it out. Should have been number 4.
Well, it would have been number 4 easily, but goalkeeper did a good job on that occasion. Where's the reply from young Green Eagles? That is what every Kafua resident is looking forward to.
I think this keeper has done very well this second stanza, Sanjase, and they could have easily been 4 down.
Throw in, long one with a corner kick effect, dealt with decisively for another throw in, this time far away from that 18. Oh, he allowed the ball to bounce.
And normally it becomes extremely dangerous if you allow it to bounce. Ashed Mwale has looked a handful this second period, and Nkana have done very well to deal with whatever has been thrown at them, but they have to be wary because Eagles are looking slightly different from the way they had been looking first half.
Absolutely, looks a bit more organized and less intimidated. Chance, good defensive work there.
Fred Sutra Shimenga, it's a strikers or wingers, you know, clearance, and he smiles about it.
In search of, what would that be? It would be a corner. Mapulanga doesn't agree.
He went with the boy in the woods. Mapulanga, right call. Mr. Hamalila.
Here you can see that just don't want the young Green Eagles to have anything like a goal. That will just give them a lot of momentum. Another chance to power pressure on this Nkana side. And you can see the urgency which is being put as Teddy Simfukwe lines up to take in the long throw. But he rather throws a high throw. Another difference. You've got to have, you want it to progress and not be anybody's ball.
Decided to do an upper mwamba throw, which is a wrong throw, and the coach is not pleased.
No.
But I love the reaction of goalkeeper Maplanga earlier when he was appealing. That shows the right attitude. They don't want to give away anything to this Green Eagle side.
No, they absolutely don't. They want to be as mean as possible,
Clean
almost
sheet.
like the members of Simaz.
Well,
that's the Stingy Men Association of Zambia.
is it real?
I don't think so.
Valentine's is around the corner. I would have asked for some.
I'm not so sure, but
I would have asked for some application forms. But where are the offices?
But apparently it's got a growing number of members. Well, whether, you know, informally. So it exists, but they can't have infrastructure. You see, no one is going to pay for rent.
Very
no one is
stingy
going to pay for allowances for the secretariat. No one. It's stinginess everywhere. But it exists somewhere.
Wow.
Throw in young Green Eagles.
I would suggest the young Green Eagles defense join Smars not to give away goals like they have done today.
That could be an idea. Chance here to make it 4, yet not very clear. Because young Green Eagles suddenly seem to want to get that second ball, which they were allowing to be Nkana's in the first half. No chance to threaten Moses Maplanga. Is there an offside call?
The only mistake I've seen from this Bali forward, the 3-goal hero, Simon Mulenga.
Yeah, now those are nice mistakes to make. Oh. And now.
Glory Chimwemwe covered himself in glory a little bit there.
Chile there will be as difficult to deal with as ever. Looking for goal number 4, because if Green Eagles won't score, Nkana will try to do that. So you want young Green Eagles to continuously be the threat as they try to get that one goal that could be or make all the difference. It will unsettle Nkana if that one goal comes.
Good work, Nkana, in guarding themselves there.
Here comes the ball. But the measurement, and this is where you wonder what kind of, whether it's in training or it's personal, what weight do you put when you're there? How much should you kick the ball?
Ish.
And things like that.
Ish. I was about to say, Franklin, when Lyson Tole counter-attacked off the left of Nkana, he played the loose pass into Emmanuel Mwiinde. Eagles intercepted. The work of the veteran Mishek Chaila in covering and forcing a mistake out of Green Eagles was incredible.
Well, that's what he seems to be out for here this afternoon at Nkana Stadium, where the home side leads by 3-0. Credit Simon Mulenga, whose threat is not over yet. So much space for Nkana to play around with. Difficult for, look at the passing game that the home side is having to employ. Only now do they break in the system as young Green Eagles push the ball forward, looking for those long balls for a possible run for. Chile puts his side under pressure. Lyson Tole not able to stop that ball.
Tole failing to read the pass. But some of the passing here has been beautiful from Nkana. If there were fans here, they would have loved this.
Impeccable. And it happened from the first day, his debut. They just loved him. They just didn't know what to do. And he just showed what class he is. Mishek Chile, and seems to have settled in well here.
Disciplined, dedicated, always very committed to the cause. Started off at Nampundwe, near Lusaka, and he's never looked back. Former Zambia international, Chile.
And his promise, he'll only get better. We can only wait and see. So, in the meantime, it's young Green Eagles whose goal is being awaited eagerly, but not in this fashion. It's a long day at the office today, and it will be a long trip back to Kofiwe if there's nothing changing here.
No composure. They have to work a lot more better than that if they are to get something out of this game, because now the minutes are running and you don't see them coming back.
Who knows what they have in their extra reserves? They haven't made any change yet, have they? No, they made one change. And bring in Kingsley. That's offside.
Clear offside. Nice spot.
The movement, though, was not bad.
Not bad, but he just moved too quick before the ball could arrive. Clearly in an offside position, although he doesn't agree. Fred Sutra Chimenga.
And now they try to measure those kicks into the box. You can see the effort.
Yes, I think that they have looked much better this second half.
Absolutely.
Young Green Eagles. Some good words from coach Kelvin Mwanga. Incidentally, 2 Kelvins here.
Oh yes.
On benches.
Save one is leading.
The KK one is the one leading, and not the Mwanga one.
Okay. So, a change. What do you make of this?
Well, a lot more experience in Diamond Chikwenkwe trying to control that midfield. The width that Shimenga was providing is gone. Masumbuko as well. Looks like a change in tactical formation. Probably going 4-4-2 now without width. KK.
So now looking to completely damage Young Green Eagles, and that doesn't happen. That was so close.
Diamond Chikwekwe. We would have been saying what an inspired substitution, but good work on the right by, Simon Mulenga.
And the quest continues for goal number 4 for Nkana. And Mulenga's in the box. That's a scuffed kick.
In Demba we say ukufufula. Afufula. Diamond. Failing to make diamonds of 2 good chances already, Chikwenkwe.
He's pacey. Chikwekwe.
Yeah, went broke in the area but couldn't just connect there. Diamond Chikwekwe, the former Green Buffaloes player, should have done better there. Acres of space.
Certainly would have been a fantastic way of being introduced, and it's goal number 4 that already happens.
And it's the young Mwiinde on his debut.
And Emmanuel Mwiinde makes it 4 for Nkana. And the young lad from formerly of Buildcon justifies why he had to start this afternoon. And it's just a very difficult chance here for Young Green Eagles to come back. But you never know. But it's a goal he'll probably never forget. Yes. You ought to recognize 34, Emmanuel Mwiinde.
Well, again, great work by Mulenga. Brought into the area by Duke, was it? And beautifully headed by Mulenga. Anyway, I could know the defending was atrocious again by this Green Eagles. It was virtually in acres of space. They were ball watching, and Mwiinde could not miss from there.
Oh my goodness, so the unmarked Emmanuel Mwiinde makes it 4, and it's just the right thing to do to prove oneself, and he will not forget this. It's Nkana leading by 4-0, and to say they've stopped scoring would be making another mistake.
I agree with you. You have to be very careful.
So, will there be a consolation? The goalkeeper spills the ball, but Young Green Eagles don't want to score.
The chief of spills he has been so far, Moses Maplanga, but he has to be grateful that these Young Green Eagles forwards, again, not anticipating that the goalkeeper could do things like that. He spilled a lot of those balls, and if they had that sense of anticipation, they could have at least gotten a goal.
So a change as Clement Chota is replaced by Andrew Piri.
Well, he looked outnumbered, and this is something that we had said, and looks very frustrated that it's been taken off. looks very frustrated. We had spoken about the formation in terms of playing one holding midfielder, and he has had a very bad day at the office. Cost the team almost 2 goals in the first half. Not almost, but 2 goals. And maybe a late call. Maybe you would have needed somebody else alongside him in that holding role, dual defensive role.
Because right now it's about damage control. How much and for how long can they hold on? Because this Nkana side now believes he can score more goals. Nguluve. Just when the young Green Eagles try to shoot, they just not comfortable. It's not happening with conviction.
They are shooting where they're not supposed to be shooting, and where they're supposed to be anticipating, they are not anticipating. It's basic errors that have cost them here today. It's very unlike the young Green Eagles that we have seen, previously. They have been very solid, they have been very compact, and today they have just broken down easily. But you have to give compliment to the way Nkana have played. I think that Kelvin Kaindu deserves a lot of credit. As Maplanga gets you are leading 4 goals to 0. Why would you want to delay?
Beats me. So Maplanga with a needless yellow card. And he agrees.
If the incentive was that you score many goals and get a bonus, you waste so much time. This is where some players who used to play here would say, Olem foolish, Ishand. If you don't get that goal difference, absolutely.
For making a mistake. Yeah, I heard those stories.
Yeah.
I worked hard. For your mistake, you're going to pay me.
I'm Polish, because obviously, there's been iconic players on this pitch, the likes of Gentile, Kapambo Mulenga, may so rest in peace. Flamboyant players on this pitch.
Time beginning to be thin to reduce chances of young Green Eagles to come into the game. It is football, and it is possible to get back 4 times, but you've got to have the resource, the plan, the self-belief, the mental strength. And does young Green Eagles possess those?
When you fail to trap or stop the ball like that, it becomes a huge ask to be able to recover from such a deficit.
Chikwekwe is fouled.
Second time he's falling a bit of a paperweight, as they would say in boxing, or lightweight. Diamond Chikwekwe.
Nkana are looking for goal number 5. Now we shouldn't even be saying that, but that's what it looks like.
Suddenly you have changed your narrative. I'm sure now Eagles have really disappointed you.
So this is where it gets dangerous. Mumba. Was that a handball? Yes, it is.
Very low call, but the correct one
is going.
Very low, let go, but the correct one.
So, what's the plea here?
Oh, was he given offside? Or outside the area? Oh.
He was inside.
He was inside.
So the referee
was right,
pointed
Mr.
to the spot.
And the assistant says no.
Has he challenged it? Yes, the referee pointed to the spot. The first assistant says it was outside. It looks like it was inside.
It was inside. So it was inside.
Nkana denied a penalty.
Denied a clear penalty.
So,
but Glory Chimwemwe, great work on the right to get now the free kick.
Absolutely.
Which should have been a penalty, really.
And he complained. And
rightly so.
I was just wondering whether he was complaining against the awarding of the penalty.
He handled in the area, then moved out of it when the ball had already passed. So it should have been a penalty. No doubt about that.
Well, without VAR, it's all history.
They always say that the referee's decision is final, but here was the assistant referee's decision being the final one.
That's an interesting one, because the referee pointed to the spot.
Absolutely. But the assistant referee was closest to the action.
So he consults him, and that's what stands. Interesting.
Oh, he's gone off now, and Simon has done his work. Go get your paycheck, son.
Yes, work done has been good.
Or get your cell phone and wait for that. Tinti. Landlord Kalubula, Sate Kampamba comes on. And Chaila, workhorse, also taking a deserved rest. They've played very well. And in comes the young Patrick Gondwe, who had gone to Spain at Numancia for trials after emerging the best player at the 2019 Under-20 COSAFA Championships, which was won by Zambia, and was the most valuable player, Patrick Gondwe. Unfortunately, couldn't inspire Zambia to the 2020 Mauritania Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations, but is a very talented midfielder, Patrick Gondwe.
Well, what does Kelvin Kaindo have to lose by throwing in everybody with 4 goals to his credit and less than 20 minutes to go?
And Sate will be hoping to add his name on the score sheet. They used to call him the landlord, but today the landlord has been Simon Mulenga.
It is quite obvious that Sate will want to ink his name on that scorer's on the scoreboard.
Once touted as the next big scoring thing in Zambian football, Ronald Sate Kampamba, but injuries have not been fair to him. Did form a fearsome attacking front two with now Russia-based Evans Kalulukangwa. Ronald Sate Kampamba won the COSAFA Under-20 under the late Kigan Mumba.
Can he win it for Nkana today? Well, the job has been done already for him by Simon Mulenga, should we say?
Absolutely. So it's just a case of enjoying yourself and getting those minutes under the belt, and if you get a goal, it will be a big bonus.
Under pressure, young Green Eagles. I think the referee blows for some changes to be effective and effected, and young Green Eagles making the changes.
Isaac Mumba replaced by the more experienced Greenwell Whittaker, who normally starts for the young Green Eagles. And then Mumba really hasn't played to his level. Kelvin trying to see what he has in terms of strength in depth, or is it depth in strength? Strength in depth from the bench.
Okay. 15 minutes left to play. If there can be a goal every 5 minutes for young Green Eagles, we could be talking something magical here. You've got to believe.
I don't want to do advertising for some of the names that are on the front shirts of certain shirts, on the front of certain shirts for this match. But if that were to come true, Franklin, you'll be my friend forever.
So the effort here continues to keep Nkana at bay. A clash of heads, and that's what this is all about. The pressure is too much for young Green Eagles. They, have an accident, so to speak, and
the Eagles beaking each other.
Yeah. Yes, that's certainly beaking each other. And it's all in the quest to take this danger out. Oh, nasty.
They don't know where the ball is. Lack of communication. The positional play. This has been a very dreadful showing. And one can only hope that the two players are going to be feeling a lot more better. And Hamalila very quick to calling the medical team as per requirement, because if it's head injuries, you definitely have to stop play.
So Nkana are pushing for another goal. What's wrong with these people?
Well, there's been a team called Zanaco that has already beaten Young Green Eagles by 6-1, so they could be saying, even us, we can do it. But when you throw in Ronald Sate Kampamba.
But this is how it all started in the 4th minute. Simon Mulenga. After that run by Obet Masimbuko. No chance for the goalkeeper on this occasion.
Beautiful side foot.
Absolutely. Little nice movement there.
Must be said that away from home, they have been very poor.
Right.
And it's in keeping with that this result has come.
Well, they've got 10 minutes to get a consolation goal. Will Nkana make that mistake? Will they? Throw in Young Green Eagles. Looking for goal to save face here at Nkana Stadium. Very tough assignment. And this is where they've not been very effective. Those simple moments where you kind of put the goalkeeper under pressure. We've seen a lot of mistakes when goalkeepers are made to panic. It's going to be a goal kick. And this is the moment when concentration needs to be high on both ends.
Absolutely. You're costing 4-goal lead. You could just get pegged back, or the deficit could widen. And so you have to concentrate, really. But Nkana have looked very, very tough in terms of defending today.
If he hasn't had any tonight, Mr. Kelvin Kaindu will have a lot of good hot coffee, sipping it away.
Whether he's a good man, Kelvin Kaindu, without a doubt. And you want good things to happen to good people. And this is one of the good things today.
Well, Kelvin Mwanga is also a good man, except bad things have happened today. Now, bad things like that have happened to
something good today. Nearly happened.
That's what I'm saying. But still, bad things just keep on happening.
Well, loss of concentration, which you had just been talking about, but Greener Whittaker did very well to bring it into the area. The goalkeeper, whoa, the skipper with the throw, Whittaker with the connection, and the goalkeeper lost concentration. And that has been the story of his afternoon, Moses Maplanga.
And that's probably one thing that Maplanga ought to realize, that the spillages of the ball don't do him any good in terms of confidence.
No.
Because against lethal teams,
you get punished.
Most of those spillages are goals for the opponent.
It could have easily been 4-3 just from the spillage, from the Moses Maplanga spillage.
There have been quite a bit.
It's filthy. He has to cut it out.
He certainly has to deal with it, because he really has been spilling that ball. So, Young Green Eagles not lucky even at the worst mistake that the goalkeeper has made from Nkana. Still no chance could be taken. Ashad Mwale didn't manage, and they come again. Maybe that chance giving a little bit of self-belief, looking for that consolation. It doesn't happen, and the struggle continues for this Kafue-based side. But Maplanga, lucky not to have conceded on that occasion. It came that close.
Very lucky. Very, very lucky indeed. And when you have a substitute goalkeeper like Kelvin Malunga, who is a former Zambia international, you have to be very careful if you're going to keep your #1 position. Maplanga needs to stay switched on.
With little time, looking for the consolation, the spirit to try and get the goal still there, and forcing a corner, and that is just there's a throw in, and he's got a chance to push to go close to make it easy for him to take it into the 18. Ngulube, this has to be long in there. Nkana will try to get quick on the counter, but they don't do a good job with the passing of that earlier ball.
Beautiful.
Looking for that icing on the cake. And to be honest, they've iced this cake like 3 times more. And to be honest, they've iced this cake like 3 times more.
Tell you what, Franklin, if we had fans here, they'd have been standing up, standing ovation.
Well, they can do that from their respective places of viewership. They will not be able to see them, of course.
Absolutely.
But,
well, it's not uncommon watching football alone and cheering, rooting for your team. Hey, Kalambo!
And that's the current scenario, unfortunately, until the world deals with COVID-19. And if everybody does their part, see, the key thing about COVID-19 is that if everybody does their part, defeat the virus because you are daring, then people could be back here.
Exactly.
Could be back in the, in all over the state, the places of action.
Exactly.
But for as long as people are not, then they'll stay longer outside the pitch.
That's
so
right.
It's really up to, like they say, it's up to you.
And apart from that, lives are being lost if we don't adhere to that. Pressure on the health system.
It's certainly not a good thing. But here is Nkana's quest to go up with goal number 5. Oh, survival. That's what you call that. Possession in the last 10 minutes, Nkana massive.
Young Patrick Gondwe couldn't get to the end of that, but the Duke passing brilliantly. Mwiinde. This has been a very good performance by Nkana.
3 minutes left.
One might say maybe the money from ZRA, New Jersey, has just given them that morale, that oomph to play this well.
Well, morale comes in many forms, and yes, when you have a sponsor like that, yes, it does give you some impetus, some verve. The truth is, for many, it's about whether this will be the display against Nkwazi.
That's what you hope for. That's what you hope for. You hope for that consistency, Mr. Kelvin Kaindu.
So,
but one thing that you know is that Dennis Makinka will not be beaten as easily as young Green Eagles have done today.
This is why that Whitaker effort.
Duke losing possession and Maplanga giving him an earful. So Whitaker couldn't take advantage. It's been the story of the day for this young Green Eagle side. Lack of composure in front of goal, lack of anticipation of that second ball, and just generally very poor away from home.
The side probably knew it was going to be a tough assignment, but maybe did not imagine it would be 4-goal blitz.
This is what this stadium and turf is about. When they say Kalampa, they clamp you. So you come here, you are ready. They used to say, because you have to play your lungs out. You have to play above your level to get anything out of here.
Well, could this be the sign of more Kalampa moments under Kelvin Kaindu?
Certainly the Kalampa faithful would hope for more of the same here.
Free kick to the home side. Under a minute. Game will officially be done, and the referee might be generous, give a lot of additional time, but then he might choose to emulate Smaz. Being mean with it.
Wow.
Just giving a little,
if
nothing
at all.
Right. So it's Nkana's Sunday, and they can afford to knock the ball around. Offside call.
Very strange decisions of this first assistant referee, and he has to identify where the infringement occurred.
4 minutes have been added. Well, that's generosity. As the signs that Jimmy Zingai might be strolling in. Ngulube, he's tried his best this afternoon, overlapping, trying to whip in the crosses, but just been very difficult because the gelling has not been the best for young Green Eagles.
No, and Jack, really, Ngulube has been part of probably some of the good things that have happened, but too few to influence the match.
So they wallow deeper into relegation waters, young Green Eagles, looking to get at least one.
Ashed Mwale.
Oh, he's also been trying. It's the quest to get at least one. Now that's the spirit they ought to have employed earlier.
And that's the spirit that Mapulanga needed to summon to curtail that spillage, and he has summoned it. Good handlings, good safe pair of hands on that occasion.
Yes, indeed. Ngulube. Mwale, his intention is cut. No time to waste. Quickly starting from the back with Captain Mwiinde. Young Green Eagles in trouble, not just here at Nkana, but with their stay in the Super League.
There's Mwale, there's Ngoma, there's Ngulube. Maybe they needed a bit of a terrific tempo in there to piece things together.
Let's not fight.
Anos Tembo, I mean, from the big Green Eagles.
Okay. 2 minutes left to play. What is your summation?
Oh, it's been a bad day at the office for Kelvin Mwanga and his lads. They never really turned up. The anticipation was poor, the application was poor, and they found a very sleek Nkana Football Club with Simon Mulenga on top of his goal-scoring form. The additions to this Nkana squad have looked very good. Emmanuel Mwiinde, Shimwemwe, and it's looking very good, and hopefully they can find that consistency.
So a change to be made here has got Jimmy Zingai to come in. Duka Buya has done the work. He's worked his socks out, but just leaving it for Zingai to warm up, kind of. A minute left of this added time, and Nkana will have something to celebrate And not the same can be said for young Green Eagles. They failed to fly today. Pushing for goal number 5.
Hopefully Kalampa finding form at the right time. Remember that they still have a very tricky encounter in the CAF Confederation Cup against the Moroccan side. And so it will be important for them to find the right form at the right time. And talking about Morocco, that's one name that we will be hearing more later on tonight, as Zambia attempt to get to the semi-finals of the CHAN. Mitchell, Milutin Sredojevic side comes up against the Atlas Lions of Morocco.
It's a match. It's a must watch match. And could this be number 5? No, says Greg Sanjase. Enough damage has been done.
Sanjase says Sancho.
On that occasion, yes.
Yeah.
And the referee says, well, I could give you another 3 minutes, but I'm not sure whether to make any difference for better performances going forward. And this was the opening goal by Simon Mulenga. And no chance there for goalkeeper in Greg Sanjase. Just when you thought this will be the end, a tight spot. And the goalkeeper not doing the job in covering his near post. And Simon Mulenga seeing what Sanjase probably did not realize needed covering. And when you thought Mulenga was done, no sir, there was this one. Beautiful strike, good coming from him, and little chance for the goalkeeper, just showing how hungry he was this afternoon for Sanjase. And when Mulenga was done scoring, in came Emmanuel Mwiinde, the young man formerly of Butte, showing that he probably could be problematic here for many a team facing Nkana, as he made it for. But a great one for Mr. Kelvin Kaindu. And it ends here.